What's going on, Warriors? Welcome back to another episode of EU4 for Noobs, and this time we are continuing trying to get Aragon to be on our side. I know they have a very high opinion of us, but, unfortunately, their liberty desire is quite high, so we're trying to get them on our side. Guys, if you're enjoying this series, please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, join the Discord server, and become my Patreon supporter. Shem is my Patreon supporter currently, and if you'd like a shout-out, then feel free to click the link in the description below to become a Patreon supporter. I'm losing great power status. Well, that sucks. And I can get a colonist right now. Now, we got that opportunity before, but we passed it up because we wanted to take the diplomatic technology, and I think we're going to take another one. Or I think we're going to take the idea now. Alright, and the reason for that is also that we need to get the Renaissance. I mean, that's 25% penalty. We need to start getting the Renaissance. Alright, okay, now, we can actually talk a little bit about colonial policies, all right, because we didn't really have the need to talk about it before because it never came up, but colonization is going to come up, and also I'm about to get a rebel uprising. Where? Granada and Gibraltar. Alright, Granada is the fort, so let's make sure we man the fort there. Can we also get a general? Here. That's a bad general, but at least we'll have one. Anyway, let's see here. Oh, yeah, we're sort of like in decline because the Renaissance has not been embraced. If we embrace the Renaissance, we'll skyrocket all the way to level 5. Actually, we'll be even with Poland. There'll be... Yeah. Anyways, guys, so when you colonize provinces, the natives might actually rise up against you, all right? And so, like, colonists, or the colonies will grow at a certain rate of a certain amount of settlers per year, and with the chance of the natives attacking, all right? Now, that is dependent upon the province. Also, Aragon tells us of bronze cannons. And the price of copper goes up by 50%. Okay, now hold on. We've talked about trade value, right? Hold on, where is copper produced? Yeah, Sunni zealots. Yeah, we're fighting them, no problem. Where is copper produced? I don't see any copper producing provinces. Ah, here it is. And it's owned by Aragon. Now see this? Now we talked about trade power, how trade power is dependent on No. Trade value is the value of the good and then multiplied by the goods produced. That's trade value, right? Well, so the price of copper actually went up by 50%, right? The base price is 3 ducats and it's gone up to 4.5 ducats, which means that countries that depend heavily upon copper, like Muscovy for right now, is like got a couple of them, right? They're going to be... They're definitely going to be helped out, right? The Ottomans has a couple. Actually, no, the Ottomans only has one. I'm Midas touched. That's a trait. Okay, Gibraltar has been converted to Catholicism. See, it lets you know when the conversion is complete. Alright, we're going to convert those provinces, right? I think I can start talking about things a little bit quicker now because I think... I talked about most of this stuff. The only stuff that I really need to talk about that I can think of right now is the colonial policies, and I really want to show you guys that, but we have to get the second exploration idea first. Oh, innovative. Oh, but that's lose prestige. I don't want to do that. Upper Andalusia. Which one is this one? That's the one that already has unrest. But it also has recent uprising. Let's go with this. Get the unrest. I don't want to lose innovativeness. Although, well, yeah, we do have 3.1. So, I was gonna say, like, if we didn't have any innovativeness, then it would be good to choose the thing that makes us lose innovativeness, because then it stays at 0 or something like that. Okay, so our heir is falling ill. We can either send for a trained medicus, we lose some money, and there's a 50% chance they survive. Or we could just pray for her life and 75% chance she dies. She died. I didn't want to spend the money. And also, we could probably do better in admin power. I mean, she had like 1 in admin power, and that's not great, so... Okay, I could talk about promoted cultures, but when do we get another one? Level 8. We'll probably just wait until Diplotech 8 to talk about that. I really want to kind of like avoid talking about things too much until it's absolutely necessary. Alright, France has some rebels. They got some noble rebels. Not really sure why. We want to build up some money, right? We've got to build up the money, because if we don't build up the money, then we won't be able to get the Renaissance, right? So this is actually, it's coming to our capital quite quickly. Yeah, institution sped plus 33%. We've got the state edict. I don't think I've actually talked about state edicts, so I'm going to do that, guys. So basically, I explained to you guys that there are states, right? Okay, and if you have positive stability, then states can have growing prosperity. All right, now the prosperity is going to, let me see this. The prosperity is dependent upon, like the growth is dependent upon the stats of your monarch. All right, so as you can see, it's like 5% per point, and like in your monarch. So it's a maximum of 90%, because if you have 666, which 6 is a maximum, if you have 666, then that will be 30% from admin, 30% from Diplo, and 30% from military. However, we are a 465, which means, you know, that we're going to get 20% plus 30%, which is 50%, and then plus 25%. Again, it's a 75% chance each month for this to increase by 1. Once it reaches 100%, then it gets local development cost reduction, local goods produced. That's excellent. That's amazing for the money it makes you. And then it's an increase on the autonomy reduction that you're able to do. We lose 100 admin power, or we gain 100 admin power. Yeah, definitely gain the admin power. Now, states actually cost maintenance, all right? And we're looking at the province of Galicia. Galicia is 6.06 ducats a month, and how can we figure out how that's calculated? Is it a portion of how much money they make? Let me see. From development, 0.06. Is it 2/3 of the development? Asturias is 13 development. Cantabria is 11 development. Is it like 2/3 of it? I think it's like 2/3 of development. You know, something like that. I gotta stop drinking this Pepsi. They have this new product called Pepsi Strong, and it's amazing. It's just basically Pepsi with a very strong fizz. But I gotta stop drinking it because I've had too much sugar. Anyways, so provinces will contribute to a state's maintenance cost, and when they're territories, they're not really costing you any money, but again, you've got that minimum autonomy of 75%. Well, when you make it into a state, they do cost some maintenance, so you want to make sure that those provinces are actually going to make you some money. You want to make sure that you can keep the autonomy low. You want to make sure that, you know, maybe they are going to get some buildings, right religion, right culture, or culture group, something like that. So they cost maintenance, but you can see that the state is actually making me a lot of money, right? Asturias, or let's look at just Galicia, 0.411, and if we look at this, it's actually, it's rounding here. It says that's 0.40, but it's actually 0.411. All right, so it's, I don't know, paradox math, okay? Anyway, so, discovery spread. What is this? The Azores. So, you can add certain effects to certain states. For example, you can get the advancement effort, which is what we did in our capital state, which is where it makes institutions spread 33% faster. All right. You can get the autonomy change if it's got quite high autonomy. You want to take better control of it. If it's on a border, if it's a border state with your rival or something that you anticipate going to war with, and you have a lot of forts on the border, then you can change this, and the fort defensiveness goes up, which makes it take a lot longer to siege. You can do encouraged development for less development cost. You can actually do feudal de jure law, which is actually in the Age of Discovery. We have not really discussed ages yet, and we will. We'll get to it. But that's unique to the Age of Discovery, which is like the beginning of the game. So you can get local unrest -5. All right. You can get a lot more manpower if you're short on manpower, but you have a lot of money. You can protect trade. That's for a lot of trade power. It's quite a bit of trade power. In fact, we're probably going to take that at some point. You can also enforce religious unity. And actually, I forgot about that, and I think we're going to actually take it. Portugal doesn't like me. They have 200 opinion of us, and we get more trade power. Yeah, let's do that. More trade power. Their opinion is still positive 200. All right, so actually I'm gonna do this. And when you take a state edict, you might say, well, why don't you just take edicts on all your states? Well, that's because it actually triples the state maintenance. Do you see this, where it's costing us 0.19 in state maintenance? It's now going to cost us 0.59, okay? It's tripling the state maintenance in exchange for whatever benefit you choose. Now, when you choose it, you have to actually keep it for a minimum of 12 months. Yeah, you have to keep it for a minimum of a year, okay? We can also tech up. We're still 1 year ahead of time on... Cool. We converted Granada to Catholicism. And now that's also going to reduce the amount of money that we're paying for missionaries, because we only have to pay for one. Venice has announced me as a rival. Okay. Okay. This is quite interesting. Okay. I'm about to describe something. I was gonna describe. What was I gonna describe to you guys? Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say, well, we're gonna repay a loan. We have only one loan, and it's costing us 0.46 ducats a month. If we repay this loan, then it's gonna cost us a lot of our money. All right, but we will no longer have to actually pay this interest. So we're gonna be making more money after that. All right, and it's just much better just to earmark that money so you don't have to worry about it later. Again, you still have to pay all the interest on it, right? There's no benefit to that. You don't have to pay less money or anything, but... All right, we can also decrease our inflation. It is over 2%, so we could use 74 admin power and reduce it to 0.65, but I think we're gonna just keep it where it is. Alright, so the Ottomans is calling me to war. The Ottoman reconquest of Lege against Albania, because the Ottomans have a core here. Okay, core province. And I think this is a state, a full core. I think this is a core, full core. So they want to take this province back. Unfortunately, Albania is allied with Austria, and their independence is guaranteed by Venice. They're also in a trade league. Which, yeah, they're in trade league with Genoa, Oldenburg, East Frisia, and Württemberg. Which means the Ottomans is now at war with all those people, okay? They want to call me into their war. However, I don't really want to fight in that war because I'm not really prepared to fight. I could try, I suppose. Well, yeah, Aragon is also on my side. That's another thing. All right, we'll fight. So if you decline a call to arms, see, they're calling me into this war. If you decline, first of all, you lose 25 prestige. Then, for 5 years, you lose 1 diplomatic reputation, which we have not really gone over in detail. But you lose it for, you lose 1 diplomatic reputation for 5 years. And you break the alliance. Okay, a regular ally will be twice as expensive for the enemy to take our provinces, but we will not be able to call our own allies. All right, yeah, let's accept. We want to keep the alliance with the Ottomans right now. Also, we can fulfill a mission. Trustworthy allies. Cool. 2 people with over 150 opinion. Diplomatic reputation +1. Cool. Now we would, if we still had Naples, we would get this, which would be really good, but... Anyway, we're going to get Expand Castile also, and conquer new states. And assemble an army. That's gonna happen eventually. Oh, what? You gotta own all of Iberia? That's kind of insane. But we have to discover the Caribbean. We gotta be able to do that. Alright. Now, As you may have heard before, I mentioned that we're ahead of time on tech. What that means is, see, there's like an ideal year that a technology can be taken. The ideal year for technology 6, the Arquebus, is 1479. However, we have it in 1478, which means the cost to take the next technology is increased by 10%. 10% per year ahead of time. So if we were to take this, and we will actually take it when it's no longer ahead of time, we're actually going to get another ahead of time penalty for other stuff. Now, there is actually a benefit to being ahead of time, because if you're ahead of time on admin tech, then you get reduction on yearly corruption, and you get plus 20% production efficiency throughout your whole country, which is going to really, really help you. If you're ahead of time on diplomatic technology, then you get a bonus of plus 20% trade efficiency, and also the yearly corruption reduction. The bonus to having ahead of time on military tech is just that you're ahead of time on military tech, and your military is more advanced. So, yeah, we are at war with Albania and Austria and all these people. So we're actually going to... these are Sunni zealots. The autonomy is only 4.9%. I don't want to increase autonomy. I just want to wait till this is converted. Once it's converted, it's going to be converted next year, actually. A little over a year. And I can actually take these troops away. We're going to try and fight. We're going to try and help our ally, right? Because the Ottomans have a big army, and they're very powerful on land. But in the beginning, they're not quite as powerful at sea. Okay, especially compared to Venice. Venice has some really good bonuses to the amount of ships that they can have and stuff like that. Let me see, do they have an idea here? They have plus 20% national sailors, right? And then they've also got all of these high development coastal provinces. They got 9 there, 14, 18, 27, 21, 14. They have this one, it's only 5, but they've got 13 here. They also own Euboea at the start of the game, which is 10. Corfu is their subject, which is 10. Naxos is their subject. They've annexed them, though, and that's 6. Now they own Athens, which is 11. So Venice has a lot of coastal provinces that are quite high development. So does the Ottomans, but, the Ottomans do have a 36. And we can also see the amount of ships on each side. Yeah, we actually have more total. The Ottomans have 26 galleys. Venice has actually only 15. And we have all the heavies on this side. Venice has 2 heavies, Genoa has 1. But our heavies are being mothballed, remember that. So we're actually not paying full price for our heavies because they're just sitting at 25%. We actually have to reinforce them if we want to actually do something about that and use them. Actually, that might be a good idea. We don't have any galleys, though. Should we build up to galleys? Let's stop mothballing these and see where we are. Where's our budget? We're still making a ducat a month. We can also raise war taxes. So what you could do when you're at war, you can pay 50 military power, and you can raise war taxes where it reduces your land and naval maintenance modifier by 15%. Now that's really useful because it helps you pay for wartime expenses. I think we are going to do that, actually. We can afford it. See, now we're making a lot more money, right? Because now we're actually spending... Hold on, are we spending extra on naval? No. We're not... So when your naval, or when your navy is getting back up to speed, it doesn't actually cost any extra money. But we're gonna build 2 more galleys. We want prestige. I don't care about the papal influence a lot. We really want prestige because we want Aragon to like us, right? They've got better diplomatic technology than us right now, so that's increasing it by 5. Trust towards Castile. Yeah, relative power to Castile. Yeah, we need to actually stay powerful. Because if we're going down in our power, then Aragon is actually going to take notice of that. They're going to be like, hold on a second. Maybe we're a little bit too powerful for you. You know what I mean? So we got to definitely make sure. And definitely we got to get our prestige up. But how else would we get our prestige up than by fighting? But that would also reduce our strength. Well, I know Aragon is also fighting. If Aragon is fighting, then they'll lose strength. If Aragon loses strength, then that modifier goes down anyway. Look at that. 91.9%, 0.8%, 0.7%. See that? Relative power to Castile. So that's good. They're reducing their own power. And since they're my subject, I actually get participation. See, Aragon, I haven't done any fighting in this war, right? But Aragon has done fighting, and they've done naval fighting and land fighting. And because of that, they're actually getting me participation. So I've actually contributed 18% just because of Aragon. And what that means is, if the Ottomans take money in this war, if they take money, I get 18% of that. It's based on your participation. Okay, you might also notice this, all right? We can embrace the Renaissance. Now, we could wait for it to spread and more in our provinces. Salamanca, it is increasing the cost by 38.8%. Sevilla. Where's Salamanca? I forgot where that is. It's here. And it's not actually bordering another province with the Renaissance. Okay. So we could wait for it to spread. It's going to spread in 4 years. Or we could just get some money. Do you know what I mean? We can debase our currency, and let's also get the second thing here. The second exploration idea, that's going to help. Well, I'm really wondering what we should do to get this here. Also, we finished with that. Have we converted? Oh, we fully converted these to Catholic. Good. We're also about to finish with 2 of our galleys. So we're actually going to send these guys over, and Genoa has 1 heavy, but we're going to try and take them on. We got to get our galleys first, though. Right, because Genoa actually... Oh, no, Aragon is trying to fight him. Administrating an empire. Bureaucrats have long favored paper over parchment and other materials due to how much easier it is to work with. There are also various measures that can be taken to make official papers harder to falsify. The invention of the watermark in Fabriano is one. The elaborate marbling techniques and calligraphy of the Islamic paper produces another. As empires increasingly come to grow to encompass more than one continent, this need for provable authenticity and ease of use has led to imperial bureaucracies from China to Europe exclusively using paper for official documents and orders. So the price goes up of paper. They're producing paper there. Are we producing any? No. We're not producing any. Aragon is. Price used to be 3.5, now it's 4.37. That's fine. That's cool. Right? How are we gonna get this money? I mean, we could like take a couple of loans. We could like take 1 loan and then debase our currency. Debasing your currency actually gives you the same amount of money for a loan, but it gives you 2 corruption instead. Instead of giving you interest that you have to pay. I think I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna take 1 loan and then debase our currency. You see, now we're actually paying money on the interest, and we're also paying money on rooting out corruption, which is costing us over $1 a month. Let's do it one more time. We're going to embrace the Renaissance. Boom, we've done it. Now we don't have any tech penalty, so it's actually going to cost us a much less power to do that. Now, as you can see, now we are ahead of time on admin tech and military tech. Again, it says 125%. What that means is that, hey, our neighbor actually has tech 8. Who has tech 8? Seriously, who has tech 8? Is it the Ottomans? No. Hold on. There's a ledger here. Ledger. Technologies? Nations Technologies. Who has tech 8? Nobody has tech 8. I'm not sure why it says that. Well, neighbor bonus. I don't know what the neighbor bonus is. I thought it was like... I thought the neighbor bonus was like a bonus of 5% for every technology that your neighbor has over you. It could be that Aragon is Diplotech 7? Yeah, Diplotech 7. That's got to be it. There's no other explanation. All right, so yes, now we've got that. We can also choose another idea group. So I'm not exactly sure which one I want to choose, but I'm thinking of an admin idea group. Religious would be very good, but then again, we're not really in an area right now that would really promote religious. But there is like the religious group, you know, the religious conflicts of the 16th century. So religious might actually be good. I think I'm gonna actually go for that. Administrative is good. Humanist is very good. Unrest -2, tolerance of heretics and tolerance of heathens. Basically makes it so that you don't really need to convert anything. It also gives you idea cost -10%. I think we're gonna go with religious though. I think it would just be good because one of the things for the following ages, which it's the age of Reformation, and like you need to embrace religious or humanist ideas. So, and like in order to avoid some like really crazy rebels, or it might be, actually I don't know, or it might be only humanist to avoid the rebels. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna go and see if we can fight some of these guys. No admirals that we really have to worry about. Naples is not really in this war. Naples is actually friendly to me. And they're a personal union under Austria, which means they are at war with me. Okay. Well, we could blockade. Right? Well, the Ottomans are kind of getting wrecked right now. Look at this war right now. Our side has 7 heavies, and that's only because of me and Aragon. The other side has 4 heavies. Venice has 2, Genoa has 1, and Naples has 1. Galleys are on the enemy team's side. Not by much, but still. Oh, actually, Aragon is really doing well there. They're actually sieging down Genoa, which is good. We need to siege down Genoa. Am I paying too much sailor man? Oh no, I'm fine. I'm actually growing in sailors by 1, but it's something. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? Okay, our next thing is naval dominance, so we have to have galleys. We have to have plenty of galleys, which we cannot do. Convert Iberia. Oh, we have to own northern Morocco, which means we have to own Ceuta as well. But I don't want to declare war on Portugal. Manpower, recovery speed, and I get a claim on Garb and Algiers. You see this? Garb and Algiers. I just like gain a claim on those. Naval dominance. And that leads to Italian ambition. Oh, I get a permanent claim on southern Italy. Calabria and Apulia. Oh, that's conditions for... Okay, cool. Oh, 50 diplomatic power. I like that. Alright, so I also wanted to talk about the second idea in colonial era and exploration ideas. So the second idea is actually called Quest for the New World, and it allows recruitment of explorers and conquistadors. What that is, I'm going to actually take away 3 light ships from here. These can continue protecting trade in Sevilla. Actually, no. Protect trade in Safi. 0.29. Whoa. It's a lot more profit, but I don't want to go there because it's like a war zone. 0.29, Safi. All right, then we've got 3 what's it called? 3 light ships. If you have 3 light ships or 3 heavy ships, you can actually explore areas that you don't currently see. So right now, we can spend 50 diplomatic power to recruit an explorer. Now, if you have an explorer, then you can actually select the missions and go for explore. Now, we can explore the North Atlantic or the West African Sea. North Atlantic is going to explore up here. The West African Sea is going to be over here. Let's explore the West African Sea, and then these ships will actually go over here, and they're going to go to territory that you cannot yet see and discover it. Okay, and the same works with conquistadors, only conquistadors are for land. Okay, for actually land that you cannot see yet. Oh, what? I am occupying Naples because Aragon is doing it for me. I like it. All right, let's raise war taxes again because without the war taxes, we're actually losing money. Yeah, we don't want to lose all that money. So, diplomatic expenses. Yeah, we're supporting loyalists in Aragon, and that's kind of a problem. We need to stop doing that, and we can actually afford to now. Because our prestige is going up much higher. So let's actually disable this. That's going to make our income go way up. Okay. We're still paying for interest for that loan that we had to take. And I think that was worth it, really. We can actually mothball a couple of forts. We have 4 fortresses. We're actually going to mothball the one in our capital. Where's our other one? I only see 3. 1, 2, 3. Genoa. Okay, so yeah, because we actually occupy this. I'm going to transfer occupation to Aragon, actually. How can I do this? Here it is. Yeah, you can actually click this, and then it will transfer occupation to any other country that you choose. I'm going to switch it to Aragon. Okay, and that way, as you can see, then I don't actually pay for the fortress. Right, so then that way Aragon is actually paying for it. And they're losing a little bit of money. Oh, okay, so Württemberg has pieced out separately. And Württemberg has to give the Ottomans 10% of their income every month for 10 years. That is known as war reparations. Now look at this. Look at this. Pay careful attention to this. Württemberg actually has to give 20 ducats to the Ottomans. I get 6 of those ducats, okay? So the Ottomans only actually get 14, I get 6. And I don't know if you guys noticed that. I didn't notice it, but it actually, you will have seen our thing go up. Because our participation is over 1/3, okay? So the Ottomans have been doing most of the work, but Aragon, and because of Aragon, I have been doing about 1/3 of the work. And I haven't even moved my troops. I mean, I'm blockading some people right now, right? Where's my oh, here, yeah, I have my ships over here. I can blockade Corsica, right? Which Aragon is also doing. Aragon has 2 heavies, right? But other than that, you know, I haven't really been doing a lot. I could actually blockade Napoli. Okay. Could do that. Naples. And if it's blockade, then the Ottomans will actually get the +2 for blockading this. Am I blockading it? Am I properly? Oh, I know I don't have enough. Because this is 28 development, I only have enough ships to actually blockade 14 development. So that's kind of a problem. I don't fully get to blockade that. But you know. Alright, so they finished exploring the West African Sea. This is what they found. Now what you can do... Oh, this is a different one. Where's my... yeah, this one. Now what I can do is actually click Explore and then West African Sea Coast. And what that does is it actually discovers coastal provinces that I can then click on and then colonize. And I really want to do this before we end the video. Oh, I'm doing this. Extra prestige. We definitely need to increase our prestige. Because we need to decrease Aragon's liberty desire. Okay. Oh yeah, we're making plenty of money now. And I hope that you guys have been able to actually see, you know, how you can sort of take control of your economy, because I think a lot of people tend to have trouble with that when they first start to learn the game. They're like, why am I losing money? I have no idea how to make money. How can I reduce that amount that I'm paying? You know, we can actually mothball all of our fortresses. That actually still has some unrest. But oh, that's down to 0 now, because the separatism went down. Okay, and now, so they finished that, so now I discovered this. Alright, so I can't actually colonize anything, but as you can see, this is like an empty province. You can see the development here. You can see that the religion is the fetishist, okay? Unknown resource, that is the resource. Alright, and culture, there is a culture to that, but it's not displayed because it's irrelevant, because if you send a colonist there, then the culture of that province changes to your culture, your primary culture. So, if you want to colonize this, then first of all, it has to be in range, okay? We don't actually have it. Can we send? Oh, we can send it there. Cool. So there are actually no natives on Cape Verde, so I'll explain it here. There are 4,000 natives. If we keep the natives there, then it will actually add 0.2 goods produced to that province, which is kind of a big amount, because 0.2 in our capital province, we only produce 1.5, right? So it would actually produce a lot more goods if we leave the natives in there. However, they have a 9% chance of attacking every month. If they attack, then you actually get an army of 4,000 that rises up in the province. If they siege the province successfully, then your population on the colony shrinks by 400. It's 1/10 of the number of natives. So this one is 7,000 natives. It would decrease it by 700, which is 70% of the entire colony. And also they've got ferocity, which is like how much damage they do. Yeah, how hard they fight. So what you can choose for a native policy. See, what you do is you start out with like a certain number of colonists, or settlers, and I think it's like 10 that start there, and then it grows over time. And once it reaches 1,000, it turns into a territorial core that you then have to turn into a state and add a full core. If you choose coexistence, then it just eliminates the issue of them rising up. If you choose trading, then it halves the chance that they will rise up, but it also increases their assimilation by 50%. So you can get more money out of them. If you choose repression, then they're going to rise up at the normal rate, but you get plus 20 global settlers. So your colonies will grow faster, but you probably are going to need to keep armies on your colonies in order for them to actually grow properly. That being said, I think I'm going to end this episode right here. We're going to discover the Caribbean. Look at that. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, join the Discord server, and also feel free to become a Patreon. Patreon at chill, if you know what I mean. Thank you so much to Shem for being my Patreon supporter. If you'd like to support me, please click the link down in the description below. There will be a link, you know, all that jazz. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.